PJ from Board Game Gumbo. I got my guest Jeremy Howard. Jambalaya Plays Games. He's all over the internet, and he's also got some spicy games to talk about. And one of those spicy games you and I have both played, FunkoVerse. Prospero Hall. I got to meet Chris Rowlands over at Gen Con. Carlos and I did an interview with him. You can see it on our blog if you check back and do a little research. The one I have up right now that's the DC one, but I've also got a couple of others. I've got the Harry Potter, and I've got the Golden Girls too.
Okay. Is this you? This is your stuff?
Yeah, this is all my stuff. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
We've played it a couple of times. What about you?
Okay. Yeah, I took home some stuff too. So FunkoVerse, so Funko Pop, really good friend of mine, Stephanie. She was doing this thing, and I couldn't believe it when they announced the gaming stuff. I was like, well, I like you, Steph, but this might be a little bit too much for me right now. I'm not a big Funko person at all. Like I was just like,
neither.
Yeah, right.
I don't have
whatever.
a one.
Right. I'm like, I don't even care. Like, what are you talking about? But in good faith, I just said, hey, and she really was big on this, and it was a big reveal, and there was a lot of information right out the gate. So I was like, all right, let's try it out. So I got to Gen Con and went by the booth, and hour later, I was ready to get all the stuff. So that just tells you a lot. So what it really is like, it's basically a skirmish game or King of the Hill or whatever it is. There's 4 different types of games. Capture the flag, and it's on this big board here. So you got this board, and each board will tell you kind of like it's set up for certain stuff. So it'll tell you like, hey, you can play this game on this board, and then the opposite side. And by the way, every pack that you have comes with this stuff. So it's not like you're missing anything.
That's one of the best things I like about it. You can buy the little 2-pack or the 4-pack, and you're in business, Jeremy.
Yeah, you're in business. So because and this is exactly why. So each pack, even if you get a 2-pack, is going to come with the characters, right?
Right.
And it's going to come with the characters, and then you also get a neutral character because you're going to basically need neutral characters in pretty much every game unless you're playing 4-player.
Sure.
And they have like one item in there, so you can even use like they have like a gun for Rick and Morty. It's a teleport gun, batarang, and mallet. If you get the bigger one, it has 2 things in it that they can hold as items. So that's pretty cool. And each one of these characters has their own character card. They have like their own abilities, and then they have dice. What you're trying to do is really score points in most of these things. You're scoring points by hitting certain conditions, like knocking people down and kicking them out. Actually, in this game, you chuck dice to knock people down, but you actually have to kick them while they're down. You have to kick them while they're down to actually score points. Or like I said, be in the right area, have the most people alive or whatever. There's kind of like different conditions and whatnot. But what I really like about this game is that it doesn't waste a minute of your time. So when you have a 30-minute game, if you're going to talk to me at a game night and tell me, hey, I want to spend 30 minutes having a good time, or I'd rather just play another Euro, that's an hour and a half, right?
Right.
So it's like, why I could just set up a Euro and play it for an hour and a half. Why do I even want to do all this, right? This game does not waste one moment of your time. As a matter of fact, you would probably end up playing it 2 or 3 times easily. Just don't play it at the end of game night. I did that mistake.
No, it's a good one to start when you're waiting for people to come up and you want to throw a couple of people together. You can teach it in 5 minutes. I mean, it's really simple to teach.
In 5 minutes.
But there's a lot more depth than I thought, Jeremy.
Yes, there is, because that's the thing. Exactly. This is what we should talk about, because here's an example. So each one of the characters has their own abilities and stuff like that. So let's take Joker, for example. Joker has these kind of area mines. Yeah, there's some area mines that he has, and they're basically his presence, right? So you put the presence out there, and you can have the presence, of course, explode if they step on them, right? But you can also have them where they like explode in like an area, right? And he basically can trap you into like not going a certain way because he's got these presents out there. Or Batman, Batman has this batarang, he can throw it, and I believe it like hits people adjacently and comes back or something like that. I just can't remember off the top of my head. But yeah, there's like, they have these things that all work tactically, and it does put pressure on you. You got to talk it out just a little bit. It's not like I said, it's not a layup. It's not, it doesn't talk down to you. You still have some strategy to it. And then there's a cooldown for your abilities. and they have
That
this
is
track.
so wicked, man.
Fun. That's where it gets you, because now you have to pace it out. You're like, all right, if I use this ability, I won't have it for maybe 2 or 3 rounds. Like that was cool and it was OP, but like now you got to work up that, that combo meter in a sense, right? So it's like,
have you
yeah.
tried mixing and matching some of the people? That's been the most
Yeah.
fun. Putting Harry Potter with the Joker, or Blanche with the.
By the way, I don't know why I didn't get the Golden Girls. That just shows you how frazzled I was at Gen Con. I have no idea why I didn't get Golden Girls.
I thought that was hilarious. I was like, wait, and Chris is telling us, and we also did the Golden Girls. By the way, that room they had over there, how you like that room? That was phenomenal.
Yeah,
huh?
and like that was flat out impressive. Like it was just impressive the way that looked, man. Yeah.
Well, I'm giving the FunkoVerse 2 thumbs up, and I can't wait to see what's coming out. I told Chris I want to see Cheers versus Gary's Old Town Tavern. That would be my favorite one. Do you have a favorite one that you're looking for?
You know what? No, this kind of stuff is like I said, this Funko stuff is like so over my head that I'll take what I can get. Like,
but there's got to be a TV show that you enjoy growing up.
I don't know. Like, what do you want? Chips? Like, what am I supposed to say? No, dude.
Versus the A-Team.
It's only 2 chips.
Chips versus the A-Team. It would be perfect.
See, now we're dating ourselves. Okay, MASH. Okay,
we are.
Let's right.
We are.